Hello and welcome to Adam and Craig Do Stuff, where today we are doing the 2023 Alton Towers opening day. Here we are, it's the opening day of Alton Towers for 2023, and it's only the second time we've ever made it here for opening day, and hopefully it will be more successful than the last time we came to an opening day, because last time it absolutely snowed, so nothing could open. That was back in 2018, and that was the opening day of the Wicker Man. But
it essentially wasn't the opening day of Wicker Man because
no, they had to postpone it, yeah.
Nothing did.
No.
Even Jewel back in the day, they couldn't open it because it was too windy and they were scared the trees were going to fall on us or something
Yeah.
like that.
But what an exciting year it's going to be for theme parks. There's so much going on this year, especially here at Alton Towers. Obviously, you must know that it is the curse of Alton Manor this year because they've done so much PR work for this. So we're in the queue now for the Curse of Alton Manor.
It's huge.
It is huge, really huge. It's like
All the way, you can see them all. They've filled all of the old Jewel queue. I think they've extended the old Jewel queue as well, and we're back at the mine train.
Yeah.
We joined what, half
about
an hour ago?
Yeah. So it's probably right down by Wicker Man now, maybe.
Yeah, I reckon it's probably a Wicker Man by now. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, but it's like all smoke there in the woods and stuff. We've not got close enough yet to see the building and see what they've done to it.
I've seen some people's photos, haven't we?
yeah.
A new entrance. They've finally opened up this food outlet that's been, I think it's been closed since Nitrogeni went, hasn't it?
Yeah, since Nitrogeni
They
went.
give it a new name and a new sign, but I've never actually ever seen it open. Hello! There's loads of people we know here, so there's people constantly walking past. But yeah, it's really, really exciting. I can't wait until it opens.
No.
It's gone 10 o'clock, but we've not moved yet.
We've not moved yet, no. And to be fair, I was quite surprised when they said they was going to give this a makeover, because obviously it used to be Hex.
Jewel.
Jewel. It used to be Jewel. And we did like Jewel, to be fair, but
Never really didn't feel like it was particularly ready for
no,
to go yet.
It wasn't that long that they gave it new liquor paint and stuff.
No.
Was it? But to be fair, like, there were a lot of times you'd go in there and there would be bits not working and effects not working.
Yeah, sound was often out of sync, the lights were often out of sync, so that's the main thing I hope that we get from this, is that everything's sort of synced up and everything's working and the effects are going again, because that was an ongoing problem with Jewel, even if after they redid it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that tunnel never got rotating again, did it?
No, it didn't.
Have you ever seen it rotating?
I don't think so, no.
No, it's been years since that was working.
We're really looking forward to this one.
The marketing has been absolutely
really
insane for this. It's been fantastic.
And it all looks quite creepy,
The
doesn't
theme
it?
looks amazing. I love the creepy doll theme.
Yeah.
It kind of looked from, we tried not to spoil anything, but from what we have seen, it looks like there are some remnants of Jewel still in there. I keep getting dripped on by trees. Aside from that, we've also got a new Retrosquad ride as well.
Yes. Yes, we have.
Obviously, I know the general consensus is they would put permanent flat rides in, but at least we have got some sort of flat ride in, even if it is a temporary one.
Yeah.
Twisatron, is it the new one?
Something like that. I don't know too much about the new one from
It's a
Retrosquad.
style. It's a ride style that I've never been on before. It's sort of like like a big circular disc sort of thing. And the movement of it is very similar to a Mexican hat, where it spins and it tilts on one side. It sets a Mexican hat, you sort of face like in the direction of the circumference, whereas with this you're facing like straight out.
Right.
And it's a bit, I think it's like Rush, where it's got a footpad, but it looks like your legs are dangling, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you're really tall, in which case they probably don't dangle. But at our height, we'll be dangling, I imagine.
But, I thought it was about to start moving then.
I know, people were twitching, we were like, oh, we're moving. No, we're still here.
Yeah. Well, what an exciting year it's going to be, isn't it? Yeah, there's so much going on this year. So
we're going to go check out Nemesis as well. We've already seen it. Obviously, as you walk past the car park, you can see the first drop. So we've walked past there and you can see the lift hill, but there's no drop, which is already weird to see. But we're going to go take a look to see what we can see. They've built a platform. I don't know if it's open yet, but they've built a platform next to Terra, which we'll talk about later, where you can go up and you can watch the construction. So if that's open, we'll wander up there today and have a look over there. Just sort of see it. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it, to see it without any track?
Yeah,
just the creature, and I don't even know if the water's in there, probably not actually, so that'll be really interesting. We will eventually, in about 4 weeks' time, we'll get on the curse and then we'll speak to you afterwards and let you know how it was. It is open. We are slowly moving through. We're crawling quite well, aren't we, really? It's not too bad. But we've still got like all that, and then all down into the actual building. So it's probably going to be quite a while.
It's my first of Alton Manor after queuing for 2 hours. But no, that wasn't open for most of that. Yeah, no, it was delayed. It was delayed. Right, probably. Yeah. But no, that was really good. Really enjoyed that. Yeah. We might do but it's completely changed.
Yeah. If you've done Duel enough times, there are definitely some bits that you'll recognise. There are plenty of remnants that have been left over from Duel, but they've all been sort of updated to fit in with the new theme.
It's been really well, I'm like scared like that. Yeah, probably quite expected. It's really. I mean, I was jumping, but it's so heavy. Yeah, but I also jumping well. You know what I mean? You did, yeah. That's good.
The atmosphere with Duel was very sort of bright, and it was a lot more family friendly, and it sort of had that UV and that really colourful look, whereas this seems a lot darker, not just like as in physically darker, but the whole theme of the whole thing is a lot darker, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very much darker, isn't it?
Much more sort of adult. Still appeals to families, but much less to younger kids and more to adults, I think.
Creepy and spooky. We also got a non-ride photo from the curse as well, didn't we?
Yeah, it's much better, this one, isn't it? Because you're more likely to be looking at the camera than you ever were on Duel. I always found that on Duel that nobody was ever looking at the camera, everyone was just sort of looking around them, whereas this sort of grabs your attention.
Yeah, it's easy to find this one, isn't it? Yeah.
Sort of, you immediately look at the camera whether you know it's there or not. The photo isn't the best, is it? I mean, you look like you're on something.
No, but we was in a cab on our own, and we don't know how often that's going to happen, so we thought we'd get it.
And it was our first time, so it's a memory, isn't it? The merchandise is quite disappointing, though. I expected a bit more from it. Everything's just sort of black with the name of the ride on it, and I expected to see sort of the purple colour scheme sort of spill over into the merchandise, and some merch maybe with the manor or with Emily on, but there's none of that. Everything's just sort of black and just says the Curse of Alton Manor on it.
Yeah, really brilliant. Was really brilliant. Right, especially what happened with the family.
So in all fairness, there's not a lot going on in Forbidden Valley that we can see, is there?
No, nothing at all.
We can hear a lot of noise coming from Nemesis pit.
You can't really see anything, can you?
No, the construction walls are high. And the viewing platform isn't open yet, is it?
No.
There's people stood in front of it. Well, it's gated off anyway, and the staff stood in front of it, so you can't go up there. So we can't get any shots from there at the moment. We had a sneaky little look at Terra while we were up there, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't know. At first we thought that the viewing platform was using the Terra walkway, but on further inspection I don't think it is. I think it just goes right up next to the Terra view.
Yeah.
And avoids it. There's like one way up, one way down. Other than that, I mean, they've put some new steps in for Terra, haven't they?
And they're like concrete steps.
Some very fresh steps in there.
Yeah.
And from what I can see, there's no need
to use the Subterra queue to come back down from the platform. It looks like the walkway goes up, goes round, and then comes back down on itself. So I don't think they're using it for that. So it begs the question. Oh god, that's squelchy, isn't it? Begs the question, what is it for?
To X Sector because a certain ride, it's turning 25 this year.
It has just turned 25.
Yeah, just
about 4 days ago, I think.
Oh, was it really 4 days ago? Ah, here it comes. There we go.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it was the 14th was its birthday, I think.
Oh, was it? Oh.
So we're not too late to the party.
No.
But and I love Oblivion.
Yeah, I love
I've always
Oblivion.
loved Oblivion.
This is one ride where, before we came to Alton Towers together, I was really scared for this one. But I absolutely love it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Smiler obviously is on an enormous queue as always. We've just done Spin Jam and Twisatron.
Oh yeah, the new one.
Which is the existing and the new Retrosquad ride. The Spin Jam's running nice and fast, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really intense today. Enjoyed that.
And they've night-called the Retrosquad soundtrack, haven't they? They sped it up.
Yeah, they have sped it up. It sounds a bit strange.
It's a lot. I like it. I'm a fan. Yeah. I think some of the songs sound better than others sped up. But no, I like the sped up soundtrack. What did you think of Twisatron?
It was okay. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't my favourite Retrosquad ride. I probably wouldn't queue for it again. I'd probably do it if maybe it was on like 5 or 10 minutes. But yeah, not one worth queuing for.
That was very much my opinion as well.
I felt like it could, just okay. And it felt like it could have been a little bit faster as well.
Yeah. It could have been a bit faster because at the moment, like, the way it moves, I mean, I said that your legs don't, but your legs don't actually dangle on it, unless you're very, very, very short. But the way it moves, it sort of jangles you around in the over-shoulder restraint quite a lot, doesn't it? But it doesn't provide a lot of force. Or a great deal of enjoyment either, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Are you looking at the camera?
Sorry, I'm watching Oblivion.
No, not my favourite Retrosquad ride at all.
Have they still got mixtape? Has that gone?
No, you mean Roller Disco?
Oh yeah, sorry, Roller Disco.
Mixtape
went long gone. Yeah, Roller Disco.
Roller Disco's gone. Roller Disco has been captured by the evil Retrosquad robot man person thing. And then Twisatron has been like sort of possessed by the evil robot thing. Yeah.
I quite liked mixtape. Roller Disco. I quite like Roller Disco.
Backstory. There's a whole lore going on. We've got who knows how long this story will last. Could be 6 years in the future. We'll be fine. We'll still be looking at the battle between evil and good Retrosquad. Who knows?
There it goes again.
But we don't know what the plan is now.
No,
but we'll go wander around, see if we can get on any coasters. Try and get on the curse again. I don't know. We'll see. So we have just done the curse at Alton Manor another 2 times.
2 times, yeah, in the last hour.
I feel we can talk about it a bit more in depth now.
Yeah.
There may be spoilers in this section, so I'll put a link so you can click ahead. But yeah, so generally the queue, the indoor queue is very similar, isn't it? You've got the doll's house.
Yeah, like the layout is pretty much just similar, isn't it?
The rocking horse is still there.
Yeah.
But they've got this really cool effect. They've got they had a bit of a Pepper's Ghost effect before, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
I feel they've improved it now because the doll's house actually looks like the manor, doesn't it? Which it did before, as far as I'm aware. And then there's this really cool effect where the parents tell her they hate her, basically. And she does this sort of electric-y, plasma-y sort of effect, doesn't she? Which spreads out. There's like a projection mapping thing that spreads out from the doll's house. And then everything goes UV, and there's like stuff written all over, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's stuff written all over the walls that you couldn't see before. It was UV.
So it basically tells the story, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Before you go ride it.
Yeah, so that's one good thing. The story is really clear on exactly what it is. They explain that it's New Year's Eve, isn't it?
New Year's Eve,
New Year's
Eve. You're having a New Year's Eve party, and she's not allowed to come to the party.
Yeah, they lock
which is
her
why
in-
she's annoyed.
They lock her in the loft, and that's why she gets angry, and she decides to build her own perfect family because her parents don't like her. Sorry, I thought we were out of focus there. And then as you go through, one of my favourite effects on Jewel was that first bit where the walls sort of move and then lightning behind them.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that's still there because I love that effect and it still works. The dining hall is still there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it looks, I don't know why, it looks smaller.
Yeah, it does look smaller. Maybe because they've filled it more. Because I think with this one, they've filled a lot of it more than they did with Jewel.
Yeah. But the dining hall is still there. There's a really good effect of Emily at the end. With screens and lighting, isn't there?
Yeah.
And there's skeletons around, which I'd only noticed on the last time we went through. The skeletons light up.
Yeah, I noticed that the last
They like
time as well.
Yeah. Stuff.
Yeah.
But the gargoyle, well, one of the gargoyles is sort of there. There's a Grim Reaper sort of thing that comes over your head, isn't there? But the original gargoyle that sort of came out is gone now.
As is most of the stuff.
Yeah, most of it's gone. You can still see a lot of remnants there.
Yeah.
The screaming head room is sort of still there, except it's not screaming heads anymore, is it? The sort of Grim Reaper-y, spooky sort of heads instead of screaming heads, and they don't make as much noise. And on the last Grim Reaper thing, there's a really cool smoke effect. There's there's two amazing effects that are my favourites of the whole thing. There's one where there's a little model of Emily, and you can see her shadow on the wall behind her.
Oh, yeah.
And then her shadow turns into a demon, like a demon shadow.
Yeah,
it's a really cool effect. I imagine it's just projection, but it's incredibly well done. It's really, really well done. And then there's another section where there are mirrors. Yeah. The sort of mirrors on the right-hand side of you, and as you go along the mirrors, there's an effect that makes it look like Emily is sat in the car with you.
It's really good, that bit.
It's really good. It didn't work the last time we went in there, but oh well.
The other two times it did work. And when it works, it looks amazing.
Yeah. The trommel is working again.
Yeah.
I never thought we would see the trommel working, but it
that
is.
Really good. Like, it's crazy how well it makes you feel like you're actually out.
Yeah, it's a really good trommel effect. Slightly changed. I can't remember what it looked like before, but it's slightly changed from what it was before. I think a lot of the swinging arms that used to swing the zombies out at you are the same.
There, but they're
dolls.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're the same. One of them, all three times, really made me jump out my skin. One of them's a really jumpy doll. And yeah, a lot of the sets are sort of there, but very, very different to what they used to be. The giant spider's still there, not so much a fan of that, but there you go. And there's some really, I know it sounds like a weird thing to say, but there's some really good cobwebs. You know, like normally you go in and they're just that sort of cotton woolly, really fake looking.
Just pulled apart.
Yeah.
Cotton,
But the cobwebs in there they look real. They look like they could be real cobwebs. They're massive, much bigger than any cobwebs you would ever hope to see, but they look really good. So I never thought I'd be complimenting cobwebs when it comes to theming, but yeah, they are a lot better than the cotton woolly sort of things. And the end is sort of changed probably the most out of everything. Oh no, I don't know actually. There's quite a few scenes as you go through that have changed quite well.
All of it's changed.
Yeah, but you can still recognise a lot of it. I think. Like there used to be that like sort of hooded figure that used to slide back and forth behind the arches. He's still there, but he's now some sort of
something else.
voodoo
like
sack
In
thing.
his head, yeah. And they've kept the old wagon hearse. That used to have the man that was cranking it up in the
and he's got two wooden horses pulling it now. Yeah, so there's lots of remnants still in there, but it has changed a lot. It's very, very different.
Yeah.
There are a couple of black spaces, which I think is an issue. There are a couple of times where you're going through and literally there's nothing. It's just pitch black, and you're just sort of weaving in and out.
Yeah.
And so I think they need to be improved. I mean, they have said it's that there will be things added, I think, on social media I've seen, so that might change, I don't know. But yeah, there are a couple of spaces that need something added because they are just pitch black at the moment. But on the whole, it's really good.
Yeah,
but
really
the bit where it takes your photo is very, very good now. I like that bit more than before.
Yeah, you don't notice it as much.
No, it's a lot more, and you're more likely to be looking at it. I often found with Jewel that no one was actually looking at it, the camera, when it went off. Whereas this one, although you don't know the camera is going to be there, you're a lot more likely to be looking in the direction of the camera. But yeah, overall, absolutely stallion experience, wasn't it? A brilliant ghost train.
Probably the best ghost train I've ever been on. I mean, I've not done many ghost trains.
Oh, Disney fans might have you ready for that.
Ghost train at Disney?
Yeah, Haunted Mansion.
Oh, Haunted Mansion, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'd say, yeah, it's very, yeah.
That's obviously longer. Definitely in the UK, 100%.
Yeah,
it's the best ghost train.
Haunted Mansion. Yeah, Haunted Mansion is really good.
But never mind Haunted Mansion. Let's move on from Haunted Mansion. But yeah, in the UK, definitely the best one now, isn't it? I'm really, really happy with that.
And Thorpe have got their ghost train reopening this year. So
that'll be interesting. Although it's very... very different vibe though, isn't it, from that one? It's a very different sort of... it's not really a train, is it? To be honest, it's not really a ghost train.
No.
But yeah, it will be interesting to see what they do with Darren Brown's ghost train at Thorpe Park. We will be there when it opens. We don't know when that's going to be yet. And also we'll be there for Valhalla as well, another dark ride that's coming back this year, which will be really exciting. So yeah, we're also doing Flamingoland in
a couple of weeks' time.
In a couple of weeks' time. We've never been on Sick, so we'll go up there and ride that.
Jesus, I just hit my hand. I can't do it.
Overall, opening day has been pretty damn busy, hasn't it?
Has been very busy.
Spinball hasn't opened all day, which is odd. Most of the queues have been absolutely astronomical. So it's not been the best day overall, but it's definitely worth coming for the Curse, wasn't it? Definitely
it was, really good.
Curse of Alton Manor, that was fantastic. Twisatron, not my favourite Retrosquad ride.
Not my favourite either.
We'll probably go on it again, but I won't be rushing back to it, to be quite honest.
No.
But yeah, I'd like to come back to Towers and do a nice day where we can get on things and it's not too busy. But I'm definitely glad we came so that we could do the Curse before there's like massive spoilers all over social media for it. It's a really, really good ride and I can't wait to ride it again and again and again. So if you want to see everything that's coming up on the channel, do drop us a subscription, like and comment on this video if you've enjoyed it, and we will see you next time we do stuff.